TV. My name's Joe Leann. It is a masterclass this Thursday morning, and it is, it's a good one. Oh yeah, it's a metallic masterclass, all things shiny. We're going to be talking about on the show today. We have got your ink pads, we have got pens on the show for you, we've even got liquid inks. However you want to make your projects super shiny and amazing, we're going to have you covered this morning. Now, that is not a hairdryer you can hear on the other side of the studio. Oh no, I'm not alone. I'm joined by the lovely Leanne this morning. How are you, Leanne? You're getting some last minute prepping over there.
I'm getting some last minute prep out the way so I can show you all of the good stuff and not bore you with all of the boring stuff. So I'm just doing a little bit of heat embossing to get some designs ready that we're going to colour in with our fantastic metallic product. I'm really looking forward to this couple of hours. Our metallic range, you don't realise till you see everything together, is actually quite extensive, and we all love a bit of metallic and sparkle in our lives, don't we, Joe?
Oh, absolutely, we do. And it doesn't matter whether you want to get it in ink pad form, if you want to get the pens, or you want the liquid inks. We've got great deals for you across absolutely everything. I know lots of you have already got lots of our metallic products. If you have and you've been making beautiful beautiful things. I'd love for you to send us some pictures. Really easy for you to do that. You can email us studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. You can send us any pictures there. If you want to get in touch with us throughout the next couple of hours as well, you can do that really easily. You can pop yourself over to Facebook, where we will be monitoring the conversation on the Crafters TV Facebook live feed, or if you're watching us on YouTube, you can pop yourself into the comments there as well, and I will pick them up on my trusty iPad. Right, should we dive in them? Because there's absolutely loads on the show. So we're going to start off with the metallic ink pad collection. Now these are absolutely gorgeous, and there's so much that you can do with these. Leanne's going to take you through all of the different ways you'll use them as we go through the show. Let's start off with the sort of more metal colours that you're getting in the collection first. So you're getting 11 ink pads in here, which is brilliant, makes it great value for money. You've got the blush, which is this one here. You've also going to receive the rose gold. You've got the bronze in here, the gold. You've also got the platinum, and then I've got a slightly larger board for you, which has got all the other sort of more coloured ones on there. So you've got the red garnet, the jade green, blue organza, pink lace, the rose satin, and you get the amethyst as well. This is the most colours we've had in our metallic ink pad range for such an incredibly long time. We've been waiting for them to come back into stock for absolutely ages. They're in stock right now, and they've been very busy already on our pre-sale, so make sure you grab those. £40 or $53 if you want to grab hold of those ones. Right now we've also got for you the metallic liquid inks. Let me just grab these from over here, because I would say, and Leanne might tell me off, I don't know, the liquid inks might be the most versatile of all of the ways in which you can get your metallic inks. In this collection, it's a really lovely comprehensive collection for you. So you're going to get the vintage metallics. Now, the vintage metallics, they've got the aged bronze, the antique copper, you've got the burnished copper, and you've got the aged tarnished silver on there as well. So you get all of those. You're also then getting as well the rich metallics. So they've got the gold plate, the silver ingot, the pewter, the ancient bronze in there as well. £34 or $55. If you wanted a lot of ink as well, that is, you're going to get loads in there, because there's loads in each one of those pots. So that means that you've got lots that you can work with. Whether you want to use them you want to drop them onto your projects, absolutely you can do that. Whether you want to use brushes with them as well, of course you can do that. Now if you want brushes, we've got a fantastic deal for you on the brushes. Now the Royal Langham nickel brushes that we have for you, they've been out of stock for absolutely ages, but they are back in stock right now, ready to go. So you're going to get the ½ inch one, which is this one just here. You're then also getting the number 3, which is that lovely fine tip. You're going to get the number 8, which is again that lovely sort of blunt ended one. This one here is your number 6. And you're going to get the 3/4 inch one as well for those lovely big background washes. You actually get all 5 of those included for that price, which is absolutely fantastic. So make sure you grab those. Right, metallic markers are up next. Let me just share with you what you're getting. So you're going to get 2 packs of these, which is brilliant. I'll take you through the boards in just a second, but these are those wonderful pens for you. These are brilliant because you can use them on just a whole host of different surfaces. So glass, ceramic, these will go on to as well. This is your precious metals collection. So you've got 2 different ends on here, which is fantastic. So you've got a brush end and a bullet end. You've got gold plate, ancient bronze, gold nugget, burnished copper, pewter and silver ingot. I love the way they pick up the light. Then you've also got as well the rare minerals. Now in the rare minerals, you're getting the green citrine, the jade green, the blue topaz, the amethyst, the pink quartz, and the red garnet, all coming your way in there. Great value on those as well. They should be £23 today. They're £16. Should be $23. Should be $33 today, down to $23. So you've got a fantastic saving on them, which is fantastic. Now, we are not done. We don't often have them on the show for you, but they are back. We do have them right now, and they are our metallic pencils. Now, these work beautifully on their own. They're also a great complement for your metallic markers as well. You get 12 of them in here. I'll run you through what you get. You can get pink, violet, purple, yellow, green, light blue, blue, rose gold, mica, nickel, silver, and gold, and they are a fantastic quality pencil with no filler in there or anything like that. You've just got brilliant quality pencils all the way through. Leanne's going to take us through all of the different ways we can use these as we go through the show. Now, there's a lot of other stuff on this show for you as well that you're going to be able to use in conjunction with all of these lovely metallic items that we've got for you. We've got the background stencil and focal stamp collection coming up for you on the show a little bit later, and these are a fantastic stencil with a stamp that goes over the top of them as well. A lot of you gone for these already before the show. $41.94 or $55 if you want to go for those ones. I'll show you those in a bit more detail as we go through. We've also got the stamp, floral and butterfly technique kit for you on the show. You've got 6 of our brilliant rubber stamps there, £20 or $29, perfect for using in conjunction with your metallic markers, £20 or $29. We've got the alphabet stamps available for you on the show as well. They're available individually. They are, as you can see, they're $2.99 or $3.95. You can get any 6 of them for £12 or $16. You've also got the aid said, you've got the hashtag and the ampersand is in there as well, so you can go and pop yourself there and have a little look, build your own collection, or just go for the whole lot. It's completely up to you. There are also some great embossing folders available on the show for you too. I'll just quickly whiz you through those. Embossing folders, again, great to use with the ink pads and to use with your metallic markers as well. You've got 4 really popular ones in this collection. So you've got the Majestic Butterfly, which is this one just here. I'll just show you that. This one is from our Nature's Garden collection. It's really popular one. You've then got as well our Decadent Lilies from a Lily collection. We've also got the English Rose coming in here, and you'll get the Country Garden as well. So you get all 4 of them, £19.50, 4 of our most popular embossing folders at saving 30% on there, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, loads of you still commenting away. Lots of love for the metallic markers. Irene saying that she loves them. Boho says, I wouldn't think to get metallic in an ink pad. Well, you should see all the different things that you can do with them. Time to sparkle, says Tessie, isn't it just? And love showing the stamps of the colours. And also Lynn saying, good morning, Joe, Leanne, CC team, and everyone else. Oh, Mariah was just using her pencils last night. So smooth and lovely, she says. Keep getting your comments in. Any pictures you want to share with us, don't forget about that. Really easy to do. So studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send those into. Right, now, Leanne, where are we going to begin? Because there is so much gorgeous shimmer and sparkle in this show. How could you possibly choose which one you're going to go to first?
We're going with the markers, Joe, because I really love the metallic markers because it's convenience, its cleanliness and its portability, and a plethora of different uses on a plethora of different surfaces. So I thought rather than try and make a finished project, I wanted to show you all of the different ways you can use them so that all you have to do is work out which one of the techniques I show you want to use on the next project that you want to make when you get your metallic markers home. So first things first, I want to just talk to you about the makeup of this metallic marker and how it works and what you're going to be able to expect to achieve with them when you get them home. So each one of the markers is double-sided. Let me just get it out the packet. So you've got a double-sided marker, and on that marker you have got a brush nib and a fine tip. So you've got this beautiful soft brush tip, and you've got this really fine bullet tip if you want to do handwriting or little swirls or accents or little freestyle pieces, or colouring small areas, that's your bullet tip. If you want to do some really clever hand lettering, brush lettering, you can do that with this if you want to, and you can do all of your different painterly techniques. Now, inside this marker you have got a pigment which is a naturally occurring mineral colour, not a man-made dye. And you've also got real liquid metal in here. So your metallic look is true metallic because there is liquid metal in the pen. The appearance that you get is a really lovely soft brushed metallic effect. In fact, let me show you. I'm using a black cardstock because black cardstock will allow you to see the result much more clearly. As I brush this on here, you can see immediately how gorgeous that metallic effect is on that dark card in that gold colour. And you're going to be able to achieve this yourself at home. You can also see how opaque it is. Opaque means that you can't see the black card shining through. All you can see is that lovely metallic colour that I have applied onto the cardstock. And you can see how lovely and soft these brush nibs are as I do this. Now there's a reason that I'm putting little layers of colour on here, because I want to show you a couple of different ways they work right from the off, and that will help you understand straight away why I think these markers are absolutely fantastic.
Now, any questions that you've got as we go through any of these demonstrations, make sure you drop them into us on Facebook and YouTube, and we'll get Leanne, the Queen of Spectrum, now to answer them for you as we go through the show, about the markers or about any of the other products that are on the show as well.
So I've coloured them onto there, and this gold one, that's been there for about 30 seconds now, hasn't it? It's been there for a little while. So I'm going to take one of my paint brushes and some water, and I'm saturating. I'm going to bring it in so you can see. Saturating it with water. Got a lot of water on there. Look, a good old mix in there. And then I'm taking the brush straight away and I'm brushing it over that gold. And you can see, because I've let it dry, that marker is not going anywhere. And if I flash that there, you can see the puddle of water on the top and that the marker has not moved. So if you're doing techniques where you want to do lots of mixed media and you want to do something in the metallic and then do lovely watercolour washes over the top, you know that the metallic isn't going to move and that you're still going to be able to do your watercolour washes over the top and it's still going to look metallic. However, if you want to do a water technique where you water the metallic marker down, so you want to do some metallic watercolouring, for example, if you put the marker down and then immediately before it dries, take your brush to it.
Oh, wow. You
can emulsify it and you can do that fantastic watercolour look. And when this dries, we'll come back to it in a second, you'll see that that metallic has moved all the way down that piece of black card. You can see it there starting to shine, can't you? So you can absolutely use them, let them dry and they won't move. Apply water straight away, they'll move, which opens up a myriad of different techniques for you. So if I move that to one side, I want to show you some of the different materials you can colour on too. Because this marker is a pigment and because it has a liquid metallic inside, a liquid metal inside, a real liquid metal, aluminium to be precise, you can colour onto lots and lots of different surfaces. So I've got here a piece of heat resistant acetate that I've stamped one of our alphabet stamps onto that we've got on the show, and I love these alphabets, they're absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to turn this round onto the reverse and I'm going to colour with my metallic markers. Now, what colour would you like me to do the letter A, Joe?
Oh, that purple one I reckon looks lovely on the left there.
This one?
Yes, that one there.
Okay, we'll do this one. So we'll grab that purple. Should have took these pens out before I started, really. I was going to go with the blue. I like the blue, but we're going to do the purple just for you. On the back of the acetate, you can colour, and as you can see, that metallic marker is not sissing, it's not resisting, it's not puddling, it's just putting down beautiful, solid, smooth, metallic colour onto acetate. Now, with any of your other markers, you won't get a result like this. With your alcohol markers, you can colour onto acetate, but it will sis a little bit and it is transparent. With your metallic markers here, because we've got that pigment in and because we've got that liquid metal in here, it goes on really smoothly and you get no sissing whatsoever. Not only that, it is opaque. So when I turn this over, all you'll see is the beautiful metallic. You will not be able to see through it. And this for your acetate and doing all of your fantastic stained glass window techniques is truly fabulous. Remember those dies we had on recently, Joe, which were our favourites, was the lighthouse and
oh yes, the stained glass window ones.
The stained glass window ones. These, if you've got that range, this metallic marker set is perfect with those, because die cut them out, put them into your aperture cards that you've got at the same time, and then colour in with your metallic marker and look at the result you get. You just get that beautiful metallic shining through. I'm just not putting it down on the white card. I want it to dry before I do that, because I don't want any of the ink to go down there. So you can colour directly onto your acetate and you get a beautiful metallic finish.
Also, talking about value with these as well, Leanne, it's quite amazing, isn't it, that you're getting, what, 12 pens that are dual tipped for £16 when you consider all the different things you can do with them and all the different sort of mediums that they'll go on to. Versatility wise, for that small investment, they've got to be amongst the best value pens that we bring you here at Crafters TV.
Absolutely they are. And also, well, as you said, the versatility, the amount of different things you can do with them. And sometimes, you know, it's just nice to get a set of markers and then not worry about a million different techniques. Just know that you're going to colour them down and get a truly beautiful result. So now here I'm actually colouring that same stamp, but I'm colouring it onto vellum, and I'm doing it in this lovely bright blue colour. So you can see I'm getting the same kind of opaque effect, but with that really lovely soft brush metal look and feel, which you'll be able to see the light catching there. I mean, look how fabulous and metallic that is. That's on vellum. So being able to do that kind of opaque colouring where it's not shining through, but having that lovely brushed metallic effect. These markers are really fantastic for that, Joe. You can see that lovely shine on the purple one now that it's drying. So one on acetate, one on vellum. What I've also got here is a piece of black cardstock where I've done the same image and I've heat embossed it. And I'm going to colour this one in with one of my, so I've done silver outline. Do you know what I'm going to do? I've done silver outline, so I'm going to do silver A.
Oh,
and
tone on tone.
Oh,
so classy, Leanne.
I thank you, because I'm a classy bird, Joe. Just in case everybody didn't know that, I thought I'd tell you. So you see, I'm just going to use that. And so what this will end up looking like by doing this is that you freehand drawn this. Nobody will know that you've actually used a heat emboss and done this to get this outline, and then filled it in with your fabulous metallic marker. So that's black cardstock I've used it on for now. I've used it on acetate. I've used it on vellum. I've shown that you can leave it to dry and it becomes water resistant for all of your mixed media effects and for doing watercolour washes over the top. We've looked at that if we add water straight away, we can do watercolour effects with them. So we can watercolour now in a metallic effect, which is nigh on impossible with anything else. And the fact that you've got your real liquid metal in here so that it's really opaque. Look how lovely that starts looking in these little areas where it's drying. It might look like there's a bit missing, but that's just the ink drying. And you can see that fantastic metallic effect that we've got in the middle of that alphabet there. Now, mirror card. When would you ever think that you were able to colour on a piece of mirror card? You wouldn't believe it if I told you, would you? Well, you can now, because these markers with our pigment and with that fantastic liquid metal in here will work on your porous and your non-porous surfaces. So I'm able to colour in directly onto mirror card if that's what I want to do, and I still get the lovely opaque metallic effect with that in the background. Not only that, Joe, I can decorate my home items if I want to. So this is a little one of those 4 plastic cactuses, so it doesn't fall out. See, it hasn't got real soil in. You get them very reasonably in the home shops.
I love that you just let us know that it definitely wasn't going to fall out, which I love.
It's definitely not going to fall out. Look. And what we can do, because we've got that lovely soft brush nib, is now start to do our home decor. Make things look a little bit more fancy than they already are. I'm just going to show you on this piece of white card what I'm going to do. So with having the brush nib, I can make little hearts very quickly and easily by just pushing down the brush nib and pushing it down again, and look, making cute, sweet little hearts. And so if I want to put little hearts on my jar just to decorate it up for home, and this could be freehand colouring, you could stamp and heat emboss on here, you can write somebody's name on as a gift if you want to, because you can move onto any surface. And remember, I've said porous and non-porous with these metallic markers. You can see that now I can pick things up, little vases, you know, you get them for 99p in IKEA, pick them up really inexpensively, and with my metallic markers start to decorate decorate that up and it looks lovely, doesn't it? So and then with your fine nib, you can do little dots if you want to too.
Can you write with these as well, Leanne, if you wanted to?
You can. Now, I'll attempt. Honestly, I'm absolutely...
It's not your...
it's not my forte.
It's not your forte.
It really is not my forte. It's Fiona's forte. Fiona is fantastic. I would love to be able to do it as how Fiona can. However, I can't. And that's because my handwriting is just appalling anyway. But if you are a brush letterer, the nib on this, I've been told, is one of the best brush lettering nibs that professional brush letterers would like to use. So, for example, I'm going to try. Please forgive me. I'm going light on the upstroke and heavy on the downstroke.
That looks brilliant.
And that's the letter L for Leanne. So you can see you can do that lovely light on the upstroke. I have to tell myself I forget. Heavy on the downstroke. I mean, it's all right.
It's pretty good.
But it's not the end of the world.
Looks a lot better than mine would, let me assure you.
Heavy around, light on the up. There we go. Oh, this is shocking. Absolutely shocking. But, you know, for you really brilliant brush letterers at home, the nib is fantastic to give you the light, the fine and the heavy. And that looks like a spider's crawled across the page. But you can see that you can absolutely do your hand lettering with it if you want to. Now, one quick more thing I want to show you with these metallic markers before we move on, because everything else that we've got on the show, I might not get a chance if I've got time. Have I got time to show you? I'm going to show you how you can actually stamp with these markers as well. So I'm going to take that lovely purple. I'm going to take one of these lovely greens. I really like that. Oh, I like this green. This might be my favourite green. I'm going to take that magenta and green, and I might go with a little bit of kind of a rose gold on the end as well. Do I want a rose gold or a silver? Oh, throw the markers. Oh, I think those three colours look better. Okay, so I'm going with those. Now, I've got a rubber stamp here on my rocker block. And what I'm going to do is colour directly onto the stamp with my marker. So I'm taking the pink first and I'm holding my pen parallel with the stamp. So I'm not colouring like this. I've got it on the edge. So the edge of the brush is brushing onto the butterfly stamp. And you need to work quite quickly because with having the liquid metal in here, they do dry quite quickly. So get the colour on and then I'm going to move to the green. And wrong nib. I'm going to brush the green to morph in with the pink there. So I'm going over the top a little bit.
So how long will this stay wet on here? Do you have to work quite quickly, Leanne?
You do have to work quite quickly. I would say you've got, 30 seconds to a minute. But I am going to do the professional huff technique, which will re-moisten it. So when we put the ink on and then we give it a little bit of a breathe on it, which the moisture from your breath and the heat reactivates the ink a little bit. You could spritz it as well. I've got a spritzer to show you what it looks like spritzed also. And then I'm going to finish a little bit of the silver on the edges just to give that a little bit of a lovely look. So silver around here. I think I've caught everything. Moving quickly for you for speediness.
Loads of you chatting away in the comments. Loads of people saying hello. Sarah saying hello all the way from Melbourne, which is lovely. Sam is in Cornwall as well. She says she's on the way to Cornwall whilst her husband, aka the chauffeur, is driving. Georgianne saying hi from Clearwater. She loves all the demos. She's saying that we both look fabulous. Trish is watching us in Spain on a holiday in the sunshine. How lovely is that?
So there we go. Now, you see, that's fantastic. I'm so happy everybody's able to join us. See what I did there, Joe? I coloured it on and then I huffed and you get that beautiful metallic stamped look. Doesn't that look gorgeous? It really does. So you can use them as a stamp if you want to. Now, I've still got quite a bit of metallic ink left on here. Massive piece of black card. You won't need a massive piece of black card at home. But with my massive piece of black card, I'm going to use my spritzer now. And I'm just going to do a light mist over the top there. So just a little mist just to reactivate with the water. And then what you can do as well is start to create background techniques where you get that lovely shimmer and shine in the background. And as it dries, the metallic comes more to the fore. You can do that on your dark card and you can do it on your light card. I'm going to give it a quick forced dry, so I want you to be able to see it. There we go. So when you force it dry and then that catches the light, there we go, look, you can see how lovely that metallic just shines in the background. So you can start to create your background techniques if you want to. While this is wet, if you spritz it, you can get those really artistic effects. This is dry now, so I'm going to do it again. I'm sorry, Joe, I have to show everybody.
Oh, that's all right.
I'm going to colour on and I want to show you.
Jane says she has the markers and 3 of the inks, but I don't know how to use them all, so I'm definitely watching to get all the tips today. Lynn also says, I have the metallic inks, pens and pencils. When you do these shows, it's always an inspiration for me to learn how to use them again. And Alex says, will we be getting more colours in the metallic pencils and markers? I don't know. Not very often we add colours to a range, is it, Leanne?
Well, we can add colours to a range, but with metallic it's practically impossible because there are only certain colours that will work with the pigment, with the metallic that we've got in the pencils and the pigment and the metallic that we've got in the markers. Not every colour will work, and that's because these are pigment, which is not man-made, so that's a naturally occurring mineral instead of a man-made dye. If it was a man-made dye, we could make any colour for you, but because we have to do it with a pigment, we're restricted by nature.
I'm glad we got you to see you there. You're back in.
Just to wonder what I was doing.
A lot of very heavy huffing.
So I've just huffed on that, and then immediately if I bring in my spritz, you see when I spritz it, it then starts to move that, and then I'll dry it for you. So you can move your metallic ink once you've stamped it if you move quickly, and you can get those lovely watercolour painterly effects with your markers as well.
Fantastic. J'Souza saying that she loves using these on glass, as you were showing us earlier. Boho Funk as well says they're beautiful to be used on Christmas cards. I absolutely love these markers. Stacey asks, can the sparkle pens, when mixed with water, dye cloth? I'm not sure if she means metallic pens or sparkle pens. Maybe she means both. I don't know. So
the answer is no to both.
Okie doke.
Yeah. You would put some colour on there, but as soon as you needed to wash that item, the colour would come out.
No problem at all. And also Anne was asking, what ink did you use when you stamped on acetate, Leanne?
Which what? Sorry, I beg your pardon?
What ink pad did you use when you stamped on acetate?
I used one of our black pigment. I used our black pigment ink pad and a clear embossing powder.
Fabulous.
Right, so should we have a look at some samples, Jo?
Yes, please.
The other thing that we can do with our metallic markers, let me just tell you, I had the subs box on my show. Was it yesterday? Was this week? I can't remember when I was on last.
It was you and me on Tuesday,
Was it Tuesday? You know when we had the metallic subs box, the metallic pen subs box on, and I was colouring metal charms and pearls and making the pearls metallic. So if you've got your clear pearls at home, you know, just white pearls, or if you've got your just plain metal charms, you can use your metallic markers over the top of your charms and over the top of your white pearls and clear gems and make them into metallic pearls and metallic gems. And you literally just brush your metallic marker over the top. Go back and have a look at the show we did on Tuesday. It was the end of the show on Tuesday. I showed you how to do that. And you can also do it on your ribbon. So you can dye your ribbon with these as well if you want. And I love these samples that we've got here, Jo, because there's a real variety of using the metallic markers. So see here on craft card with that lovely big stamp in the background, how lovely it looks with all of those colours mixed in. This is great because this is just a die cut sentiment being die cut in black and then coloured with the marker, matte and laid onto a piece of card, and the same marker is being used to dye the edge of our matte and lay so it all matches in together. Here we've stamped one of those lovely images that we've got and coloured that in with metallic. You just get that beautiful flash on there. Another example of how you can use the markers to colour in your die cut sentiments and how lovely that looks. This is where we've just freehand drawn a background with one of those heat emboss markers, heat embossed in gold and then coloured in the metallic in the background. Looks lovely. This is just using it in a very detailed way with that very fine tip on the other end of the marker there. Do you see, to pick up some small detail? This is one of my very favourites. So this is using it just to brush onto the background, and that's getting quite a bit of marker down as I showed you right at the beginning of the show, and then with your water brush just bringing the colour out into the centre and then using your detail end to colour the little florals on there. Looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Another coloured sentiment. I mean, really, you just get that beautiful brushed metallic look. It's really lovely. This Very easy to do with a ruler. Just get your ruler, draw the metallic lines up against it as you move around. You can do one of those fabulous explosions. And here we've coloured our butterfly with those lovely metallic markers, and that's just heat embossed, stamped in black pigment ink, heat embossed with a clear powder, and then coloured in with a lovely metallic marker. This was actually from a colouring book pad. We've used that there. And then this, I wanted to show you this. This shows you how you can do your salt background techniques with them too. So that's just getting your marker on there, brushing the water out, sprinkling your salt on, let it dry, and then you get that lovely marbled effect. The possibilities are endless, and I know that Sarah did a really detailed masterclass on metallic techniques as well, didn't she? So you can always go and watch that too.
Yeah, I think this might be the second or third masterclass on our metallic products. So there's hours and hours of inspiration for you. Let me recap what you're getting in those metallic markers. So you're getting 2 of our most popular collections. There's one more as well. If you were looking to collect the whole set, you can get one more available to you. So what you're going to get first is the rare minerals. That's going to have the jade, green citrine, jade green, blue topaz, the amethyst, the pink garnet, and also the pink quartz and the red garnet. And you've got all of them. You see that gorgeous colour that you've got on there. And then you're also going to get the precious metals as well. So the gold plate, the antique bronze, the gold nugget, the burnished copper, the pewter, and the silver ingot as well. Now, one pack of these would normally be $11.99 or $16.95. So really, you're getting a brilliant deal to get the 2 lots together there for £16 or $23. Very, very busy on those. Right, I must dive back into the comments because there are absolutely loads of you chatting away and I've got loads of questions about these metallic markers. So, Tracy Ann saying, morning, she's watching Crafters TV. Boho Funk says, can you colour on glass or mug? Yes, I'm guessing you can. Glass was fine, wasn't it, Leanne? What about mugs?
Yeah, I've got a mug here. Shall I do it?
Yeah, why not?
So this is just my Crafter's Companion coffee mug.
Has that got your coffee in it?
It has got my tea. It's got my tea in it. Look at my lipstick lips. It's what I'm actually drinking during the show. So if I just show you on here, I can do the little upside down hearts again, and then I'll turn it round for you. Works perfectly on
gorgeous.
Your ceramic if that's what you want. So yes, you can do all of your little drawers. Draw little daisies and flowers on there. And then you'd need to get a pan scrubber and some dishwashing soap, and it'll come off. And if you put it in the dishwasher, it'll come off as well. But if you've done decoration like this, Joe, as I did earlier, you see I can actually rub over this now and it doesn't come off. So if I rub over this,
perfect,
it doesn't come off, my little hearts. So it's okay to dust, do your home deco and dust with a dry cloth, but if you wash it with a wet cloth, you would move it a little bit.
Awesome. J'Souza says, can you use these on acrylic stamps as well as rubber stamps, Leanne?
Yes.
Perfect. A lot of you saying how much you love them as well. Sonia's saying, can you ask Leanne, what other than them being metallic, what is the difference between the opaque pigment inks and the metallic pigment inks? Thank you so much.
Okay, so the opaque pigment inks that we have are just a flat, they're beautiful. They're a flat colour. There is no metallic shine in them whatsoever.
Awesome.
The metallic pigment inks give you a metallic look, but give you all of the functionality of your opaque pigment inks only in a metallic way.
Awesome. Loads of questions about stamps as well. Yeah, you can use them on all of your different stamps. And Monica's saying she loves the fact that black card and craft card look so beautiful with them as well. They do. They're very, very versatile. They're always so busy whenever we bring them to you. Right, something else I need to tell you about. The alphabet stamps that are available. You saw Leanne using them just there. £2.99 or $3.95 individually. You can get any 6 of them for £12 or $16. So do grab those. You got the A to Z. You'll also have the hashtag and the ampersand available to you as well. So make sure you grab those. Right, storage. I want to quickly whiz you through. The storage binder is available to you right now on the show. Let me get it up the right way around for you. There you are. And now this is great. So it's got your lever arch inside. And then what you can do is you can then pop in either your stamp storage system, or you can pop into here your die storage magnetic system as well. So this one here is your stamp storage that you've got just there. So you can see all of your acrylic stamps and photopolymer stamps will cling onto that absolutely beautifully. And then what you've got, you're getting the details on your screen there are for the acrylic storage panels. You've got those in there. And then what we've also got then is the magnetic storage panels in here as well, as you can see. And also the A4 folder is available for you as well there too. So make sure you grab that one. And you're going to be able to store all your stamps and your dies in there beautifully as well. Very, very busy on the ink pads. We'll be coming to those shortly. I know that we have got the pencils coming up. So I just wanted to quickly share with you again what you're getting in here. I'll show you the colour swatch as well because they're beautiful. They're really lovely for a pencil. The fact that you can get all of that beautiful metallic shine on there, it really does give you a beautiful and a different look and feel to what you get from your metallic markers. You're going to get pink, violet, purple, yellow, green, light blue, blue, rose gold, mica, nickel, silver and gold in here as well. £11 or $12.50. Great value to get all 12 of those. Now, where do these sit then, Leanne, with your metallic markers or the rest of the metallic range, in fact?
They're great, Joe, and they enmesh and complement. So with your metallic pencils, it is a pigment and a wax, as you would be used to or have heard us talk about for our colour blend pencils. So a same premium pigment with no fillers, a beautiful soft wax, no fillers. The only addition we've put in here is that metal to give it the metallic shine. So this is pigment, metal, wax, and you get a lovely soft metallic look. These will not move with water at any point because it's a wax, so it seals the surface. So these are purely for direct colouring, and it's direct colouring on a non-porous surface. So your metallic pencils would not work on your glass and your ceramic, on your acetate, as your metallic markers do, but they do give you a beautiful, rich, soft metallic look when you do your pencil colouring with them. The other good thing about these is what I like to do is I like to pencil colour an image with these, and then remember we talked about the metallic marker being able to do a wash because you can move it with water. So you can, because this is wax, colour something in the metallic pencil, do a wash over the top with your marker after you've done it. The wax in the pencil will resist it and you get that lovely shine of the metallic in the background too. Possibilities in terms of layering them up and really getting into your mixed media art with them are really quite exceptional actually, Joe. So I thought I'd show you just how beautiful these are straight from the off with a lovely design that I've got here. Now this is one I've already started to colour in. Your big background stamps, and we've got a whole range of those fabulous 8x8 background stamps, are perfect for this. So all you would do is stamp it in your clear pigment or in your black pigment ink, and then with a clear embossing powder emboss so you've got that raised line. After that you then just take your pencils and you colour in. So let's say I'm going to colour, let's do this floral down here so you can see it. So I'm going to start colouring in this floral, and by just taking my pencil and little circular motions and pressing down, I'm able to achieve a beautiful polished metallic look with these pencils really quickly and easily. Look how lovely that is. And I'll just move around the whole image as I do this.
Could you blend, can you colour over the top of each other like our colour blend pencils and blend two colours together with these, Leanne? Does that not work?
So you won't make a new colour, but you can get a blend, which is what I've done here, and I'm going to show you how to do that as well. So you can get them to ombre together, but you wouldn't be able to use a blue and a yellow and get a green. The metallic will prevent the pigment doing that, so it stays its true colour that it started out as in the pencil. So you can see how easy that was to do. Look at the beautiful metallic look we get there. If I pick up oh, I love this colour. It's my favourite colour. This is like a champagne colour, this one. I'm not actually sure with the right name on the tin. We need to probably check. Is it on the side?
Oh, is it the
like
rose gold one?
I think it says mica.
Oh, mica, yeah.
Does it mica?
It is mica indeed, yeah. I guess on black it then maybe looks a little bit lighter than it does on the packaging.
Yeah.
But you've got the swatch there as well. Would you make a swatch actually with these as soon as you got them at home, Leanne?
100%. I would always make a swatch. Is this the rose gold? I'm having a look. That's pink. What's this one? Rose gold. Let's have a look at what the rose gold looks like. And actually to sharpen them, let me just explain as well. This is just our little Spectrum Noir sharpener. Hold your pencil still and then move your sharpener around. And what you get with that is you don't break the leads all the way down. And this is exactly the same way as I always show you to sharpen your colour blend pencils as well. So you keep your pencil still, move your sharpener. So if we use the rose gold here, oh, look at this.
Lovely, isn't it?
Gorgeous. And I can't possibly explain to you, and maybe some of our fabulous viewers who are watching can let everybody know, you don't appreciate how smooth these are and how much they just glide with the colour for you to polish that colour on over the paper until you pick it up and you actually use it. And when you do, the first time you do it, you'll put it down and you'll stop and you'll go, oh, because you'll be so surprised. Oh, just like that. Ooh.
Just like that.
Just like that, not like that, like that.
Just like that.
Yeah, because it really does feel beautifully smooth and you get that amazing metallic look. If you want to mix more than one colour together, so let's say I'm going to use this pink and blue, and we'll pick a floral to do that on. We'll do this one here, in fact, we'll continue doing this one. You just layer the colours up and you can see this particular one here, 3 colours have been used. I've got a purple, a green and a gold. I'm just going to use the blue and the pink. So I'm going to start with my blue on that petal there. Fabulous. And then I'm going to come in with my pink and I'm going to, at the edge of the blue, just polish over the top with little circular motions. That brings the blue and the pink together and lets me ombre that colour if that's what I want to do. So that's how you can ombre your colours on your design as well. Now, if I just move on to some of the things I was colouring before for you, remember when we coloured in this vellum and we coloured it with our metallic marker in the centre. Now, one of the things I didn't explain to you, and I'm just going to cover off with you now with your metallic marker, is when I was colouring with this, I was very careful only to go up to the heat embossed line, not to go over it. Because your metallic markers work on lots of different surfaces, including pearls and metal charms and glass and ceramic, as we've just seen, and acetate, if you go over the line, it will colour the line. And so you'll lose that silver relief. So just be careful with your metallic marker not to go over your heat embossed line. That means that colouring very, very tiny details, as we've got here, on our vellum could be tricky with a marker because you might get over the end and you might spoil your design. So this is where I like to use my markers and my pencils together. So I've done the large area in my marker. My pencils will also work beautifully on vellum, which means with my sharpened metallic pencil, I can go in and colour the remaining design on my vellum and still get that beautiful, beautiful metallic look coming through on the larger design. And I get that on the vellum, no problem at all. You can see that there. Similarly with the black card. So I did this and I heat embossed it. And again, if I'd gone over the lines with my silver pen, it would have removed all of that for me and you wouldn't have been able to see it. So what I can do with my metallic pencil is, once I've done the large area in the middle with my pen, is go and colour in all of the detail around the outside, which we can see here. Really lovely, and you get that beautiful metallic result, and you can see the heat embossed line is still shining through. Here we go. Now I'm also going to take a little jog over to the little shelf at the side of me.
A jog?
Jog might be a stretch.
That, isn't it?
Well, it is a bit, and really it's a stretch. I mean, I don't jog anywhere, to be fair. Unless the restaurant's about to close and I need my table.
Unless the crusty van's outside.
Unless the crusty van's outside. The crusty van's outside, I'm running. In fact, yesterday, I practically pole vaulted the tables to get to the front of the queue so I could get a hot beef sandwich. As I was running, I was throwing people over my shoulder and just pushing them out the way because I was absolutely having a hot beef sandwich, Joe. So you can see there, I have managed to colour in those flowers beautifully, and the metallical look complements what we've managed to do with our alphabet in the centre, and really, really works. And you can do that on your vellum and on your dark card, and in fact, they will work on your lighter cardstocks too. The metallic result isn't as impressive because you really do need the black card behind there to get that really metallic shine, but they will work, and you do get the metallic shine on a craft card too if you want to use them on a craft card, Joe.
Barbie says, my pencils got here yesterday. They're awesome. I coloured some roses in the black colouring book that it came with. They were so pretty. Helen says as well, what is the 8x8 stamp that Leann is using, please? It's not a stamp, is it? Was it a page from a previous colouring book?
That was a page from a colouring book, but we do have 8x8 stamps on our website with beautiful floral designs like this. In fact, go and have a look at the Oriental Peony one, which will give you a similar result, and then just stamp that with our black pigment ink pad and clear embossing powder. You'll be able to do exactly the same result.
Wonderful. Christine McCrone saying, just love the pencils and the markers. Ariane says, I have the non-metallic pencils and they are the smoothest I've ever had. They almost feel like crayons the way they glide on. Same quality, I'm guessing, here as our colour blend pencils, Leann, just with that extra metallics.
Absolutely. You've got all of the premium pigment in there. You've got the premium wax that you would expect from a Crafter's Companion and Spectrum Noir range, but we've got the addition of the metallic in there. And they actually, with the addition of the metallic, to be honest, Joe, feel even more creamy and smooth than our colour blend pencils do, because the metallic in there helps it glide across the surface, and it really does feel like you're polishing on the most exquisite piece of wax you could ever, I mean, you really got to get them and try them to understand what we're all talking about. You can see here for colouring your larger backgrounds, this is what I was talking about. This is not from a colouring book, for the lady who was asking. This is a large background stamp, or you could just take a single rose and stamp it multiple times and make your own backgrounds and then colour it in with your lovely metallic markers. Look at the ombres of the colour you managed to achieve there, which you can effortlessly. Here's another rubber stamped image that we've done and then just coloured it in with the metallic. And you can see the effect on the dark card and then coloured in when you do your heat embossed line is really, really exquisite. This next one I love too, because look how fabulous when you heat emboss that in white and then colour with your metallic markers. That really makes a statement. But then for really subtle little pieces, look at this. This is a butterfly stamp, coloured, stamped and heat embossed in black, and then look with that metallic on there. It's exceptional. And then if you are an artist, Joe, I really want to show you these. If you are an artist, if you can draw yourself, look at these pieces of original artwork drawn and coloured with the metallic pencils. How truly impressive these are. I'm useless at drawing. I can't draw to save my life. But if I could achieve this, oh my word, I would be incredibly happy. Look how fabulous. Which way is that? No, that's not the right way. Get the horse the right way. There we go. He was on his side, he was on his head, he was all over the place. They're really, really beautiful, Joe. They really are.
Absolutely gorgeous. So much you can do with them. Remember, they come to you, all 12 of them, in the case, which is lovely as well. So you're going to be able to keep them all nice and pristine and well looked after in there too. So remember, you're getting 12 different colours here. Let me show you the swatch that you've got, which gives you a good idea of how you're going to use them. So you've got the pink, the violet, the purple, the yellow, the green, the light blue, the rose gold, the mica, the nickel, the silver, and the gold. You've got absolutely all of that. They're £11 or $12.50 if you want to go for those. Right, something huge is happening next week here at Crafters TV. It might be someone's first anniversary. I wonder whose it could possibly be. Here, take a look.
Can you believe it is our first year official anniversary here on Crafters TV, and we are going to be celebrating in style. Now, it kicks off on Monday and it's running a whole week right up till Sunday the 30th of August, and we've got new launches, we've got big giveaways, we've got some amazing deals and some really special surprises coming your way. Now, the most exciting thing about the whole event is we are giving away, giving away £250,000 worth of product. Let's just hear that again. We are giving away £250,000 worth of product. Everything you buy in the show, we're going to have something extra to give you. So make sure you don't miss out our amazing anniversary event right here on Crafters TV.
Hi, I'm Joe from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. Or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. It's going to be a really exciting week next week here on Crafters TV. All kicks off bright and early on Monday, also with the new timings as well. So we'll be with you a little bit later on this morning slot, which will be good news for you in the US. I know you'll be able to get maybe a little bit more of a lay-in than you are used to. Loads of you chatting away. Lots of questions coming in, Leanne. Shirley saying, with the metallic pens and the pencils, are they permanent on dark card or will they smudge?
With the metallic pens, once they're dry, so you know when at the beginning when I did the metallic pen and then I put water over and it didn't move.
Indeed.
If water isn't going to move it, your finger isn't going to move it, so it won't smudge. And the metallic pencil, once it's coloured down, absolutely will not smudge because
awesome.
You're polishing that in and sealing it with the wax.
Wonderful. Rufan says, I love the metallic markers. Now I apparently need the pencils too. It would seem you do. Do the markers work on any dark cards, browns, greys, etc.? Yep, absolutely they do. The samples are all gorgeous, says Leslie. Sam saying, the hand-drawn images are totally amazeballs. I agree with you there, Sam. Mariah saying she's really looking forward to next week, and she also happens to have the whole week off. She says she thinks it must be fate. I mean, there's no other plausible explanation. Because lots of excitement for next week from Suzette. Helen, oh wow, I'll be watching. Don't forget the new times as well. Laura says, did I miss Leanne's explanation for heat embossing with metallics? I don't think so. We'll get Leanne to speak about it more as we go through the show. I want to recap some of the stuff that's proving really busy. Now, the metallic markers are always so busy whenever we bring them to you, especially when you get them on such a great deal. So you're going to get 2 of our 6 packs in this configuration. You're going to get the precious metals, which is this one here. So you're going to get the gold plate, the antique bronze, the gold nugget, the burnished copper, and the pewter. And the silver ingot as well. That's your precious metals. And then your rare minerals is the green citrine, the jade green, the blue topaz, the amethyst, pink quartz, and the red garnet as well. Now, 1 pack should be $11.99, so for an extra £4, you're getting both of them, which is brilliant. Very versatile when you consider all the different mediums that you can colour onto with those. Glass, ceramic, paper, card, acetate, vellum. They go on so many different surfaces that you might want to craft onto. Lots of other things on the show that I won't get time to show you here in the studio, but definitely always pop yourself over to the website where you can see absolutely everything that's on each show. You'll see the video of this show on the home screen. Click shop the show and there you'll be able to find everything. We've got some fantastic embossing folders on there for you. 4 of our 3D embossing folders. They're £19.50 or $25. 4 of Leanne's faves there with a lovely 30% saving on there for you too. We've got the Stamp, Floral and Butterfly, Crafts Companion Stamp, Floral and Butterfly Technique Kit available for you. £20 or $29 there to get 6 of our most popular unmounted rubber stamps there. The Royal and Langnickel brushes were out of stock for such a long period of time. They are back in stock right now and ready to go. You get 5 in this collection. So you get the largest one there, which is your 3/4 inch. You also then get as well the 1/2 inch. You're then going to also get number 8, and then the 2 final ones are you're going to be receiving number 6 and number 3 as well. You get all of them for that great price there, $8.95 or $13.45 if you want to get them today. The background stencil and focal stamp collection, always busy whenever we bring this to you. Stencil's great, so versatile if you want to emboss with them, stencil through them, spritz or paste through them, even use your inks through them as well. And then you've got stamps that you can use to combine them to make a complete project, which is great. Right, I want to come back and share with you again the ink pads that we've got for you on the show. These ink pads have been out of stock for such a long period of time. It's so great to have them back available to you. We've got 11 back in stock for you. I'll just quickly show you the sort of metal colours first. So you've got the blush, you've also got the rose gold, the bronze, you've got the gold, and you've got the platinum in there as well. So they're your sort of metallic colours, the metal colours. And then we've got more colourful ones, which are your red garnet, jade green, blue organza, pink lace, and the rose satin as well. And you've got amethyst in there too. You're getting 11 ink pads for £40 or $53. Now you can use your Club Inspired discount on top of that as well. So Club Inspired Platinum members, you'd get that for what, £32? £32 today if you're a Platinum member. That's amazing value. Club Inspired members in the US, you get another $10.60 off of that. So you'd get them for what, $42.40. Makes them amazing value. It does. If you want to get any orders placed, you can do so right now on the website craftscompanion.co.uk.com.au, where you can there watch and shop at the same time. Now I know you're going to take us through these ink pads, Leanne, but also just a quick question about the pencils. Someone was asking if you could use the blending solution on the metallic pencils.
You can, when you use the blending solution. However, when you spread it out, you don't get the opaque, deep metallic result that you get when you just use them solid as a pencil. So if you blend it out, it's a little bit like with the sparkle pens. When you put your sparkle pen and you just colour solid, intense sparkle, use water to drag it out. You reduce that sparkle, you dissipate it, dilute it a little bit. Your blending solution would dilute the metallic result a little bit. Still be metallic, but it would be softer. So it just depends if that's the soft look you want.
Awesome, thanks for that.
Now, pigment ink pads. Metallic pigment ink pads. These are absolutely incredible. Now, what you get with our metallic ink pads is the same beautiful opaque pigment that you get in a regular pigment ink pad. That might be quick dry, that's a quick dry one. In a regular pigment ink pad, but what you also get is that metal look infused in there. You've got this lovely sponge pad. Now, if you've tried, I must just caveat this to everybody, please don't be sat at home thinking, oh, I've tried metallic ink pads before and I don't like them because they don't work and it doesn't look metallic. If you are sat at home thinking that, get these and try them, or watch what I'm about to do for you, because you will absolutely be blown away. All metallic ink pads in the metallic ink pad world are not equal, and ours are absolutely the best. It took a long time for us to bring out a metallic ink pad for you because we didn't like the result of the other ones that we could get, and we developed this formula with our ink pad manufacturer, and we weren't bringing one out for you until we knew that it was going to give you the best metallic result. So what I'm doing here is using one of my stamps from those fabulous collections which have the stencils and the stamps that work together. And I'm using this one here, whose name I've forgotten.
I know what that one's called. Let me just get the name.
Thank you, Joe.
I will find out for you as you go through.
And I'm using
Back to Nature, that one.
Back to Nature, there we go. It's got this beautiful floral. We're going to use that in a second, the trellis. And then you've got these fab sentiments in here as well. I'm using the Thinking of You sentiment, and I'm just going to stamp a metallic sentiment for you because I want you to see how incredibly fantastic these stamp and how beautiful the metallic result is.
Actually, scratch that. It's not. It's Happiness Blooms.
Happiness Blooms.
There you go.
There we go. So there we are. Inked that stamp up. Pop it down onto black card. I'm using my stamping platform because that's what I like to use. And you get this beautiful metallic look to your sentiment, and you can see that shining there. Really, really lovely. Now you can go over that and do that more than once, and I'm just going to show you that here as well. So if you want to intensify the metallic result and you're using your your stamping platform, your magnetic one, just make sure that that's in the right place. Yep, I can ink this up again, and I'm going to use a couple of different colours actually to show you this, Joe. Ink that up and stamp. And then a little bit more ink.
So will these work with all of your different stamps that you've got in your crafty arsenal, Leanne, these ink pads?
Yes, they'll work with your photopolymer, they'll work with your rubber, they'll work with your acrylic stamps, whatever it is you want to use them with. and you'll get beautiful, beautiful metallic results, and you get lovely crisp sentiments. Because these are a pigment ink, you can also put your clear embossing powders on here and clear emboss with them if that's what you'd like to do. I'm just going to clean this off and use another colour, because I'd like you to see another colour as well. That was the blush colour, which is truly beautiful. I'm going to use that again in a second. Let me just clean this off.
Lots of love for the brushes in the comments as well. Boho Funk saying, I thought the brushes were gone forever. So glad that they are back. Sonia says, trust me, the pigment inks are mind-blowing. The best crisp lines in clear as a bell. Love them. Y'all don't pass them up. That's our very own Snooze You Lose, Sonia in Louisiana, saying that today as well. Also, Laura Simmons is asking, how many ink pads is a complete collection? I believe it's 12. The one that is not available at the moment is the silver. It will be back. It's just not back in stock at the moment. And we knew so many of you were waiting for it. We don't want to wait any longer. So we brought it back without the silver, but you will be able to get the silver pretty soon and complete the collection. But actually, do you know what? To say that you only need 12 to have a whole collection, very comprehensive, these ones, Leanne.
Very comprehensive, and I'm going to use them in several different ways, so you're going to see that they're really usable as well. What I wanted to do was show you the real lovely metallic that you get from these, and also how crisp the sentiments are. And if I pick this up and wiggle it at you, you can see how fabulous, when it catches the light there, how fabulous the metallic result is with these metallic ink pads. So you can stamp brilliant, crisp, gorgeous metallic sentiments with them if that's what you want to do, and that's what I've just done there. Then what we can do is also use them with our embossing folders. So my favourite embossing folder collection is on the show today, which is fabulous, isn't it? I adore all of the folders in here. They are indeed my favourites. I'm just grabbing my sandwich, there we go, for my 3D folder. I've got a piece of black cardstock. I'm popping it into my 3D folder, and I'm going to whiz it through my Gemini Junior. Now, these 3D folders, Joe, really do give you the most glorious, almost sculpted look to your cardstock, where it really is sculpted rather than just a two-level emboss. It is very 3D on the multi-levels, and I would be able to show you this now. So it's difficult on the black card, but you'll see when I wiggle it at you. You'll see when I put my metallic ink pads on what I mean. Can you see the depth on there? You'll see in a second, it'll become obvious. I'm going to use my blending tool and my daubers to do this, and I believe we've got the blending tools on the show.
Yeah, they're both available for you. Get the square one or you can get the round one. Pop over to the website, you'll find them both over there.
So what you can do with your pigment ink pads is use them to do beautiful metallic, soft brushed metallic blended looks on your cardstock if that's what you want to do. And I'm just going to do it a little deeper up here so you can see how lovely and deep that emboss is on this 3D folder. There we go. And then as I wave that at you, you can see you get that lovely brushed metal look on there. It's absolutely gorgeous. If you want to get a more intense metallic look, you can take a smaller tool or your dauber and daub it on, and then look how intense that metallic result becomes from the ink pad. It really is mightily, mightily impressive. And because you've got several different colours in here, Joe, and for example, this range of ink pads, you have a lovely metallic green and pink, you can start to do some spot colouring. So if I've got this lovely rose down here and I've got my pink metallic, what I can do is with my 3D folder, daub the colour over the areas where I want to do my spot colouring. Look how amazing that rose just pops to the fore.
It does look like a piece of sort of pressed craft metal or something, doesn't it?
It really does.
The effect is amazing.
And being able to do this is just incredible, Joe. Really it is. And they blend into each other just absolutely perfectly. Look how lovely this is. So you can do all of that fabulous detail colouring, and look at the incredible depth in the embossing folder and how that comes to the fore, and just take your time with that. You can also just spread it out and do a little bit of blending and have a subtle result if you want, just to pick up the detail in the folder. It's entirely up to you. So by putting it on with a dauber you get that intense look. By just rubbing it around with a blending tool, you get a much more soft, muted look.
Sue King is asking how do the metallic ink pads look on white cardstock, Leanne?
I'll show you. So let me grab a piece of white cardstock and let's have a look at what they look like, because that is a really good question. There's no doubt about it, the metallic effect will never be as impressive on a piece of white cardstock as it is on a piece of dark cardstock. And by dark, what I'm referring to is black, navy, chocolate brown, bottle green, anything which will not allow the light to reflect through, and that keeps the metallic look opaque. But I've got this stencil from those fabulous focal stencil sets, the same sentiment I was using, and I'm just popping that down on a piece of white card. And let's do the same daubing effect as I was doing on the folder, and we'll look at the difference between the two colours. So I'm going to go through, and this is with on a white cardstock through a stencil. So I'm just picking up these little flowers here, making them
that was
pink.
the same one you were using earlier, wasn't it? From the Stencil and Focal Stamps.
Yes.
That one's the Happiness Blooms. I'll take you through all of those stencils and stamps at the end of this demonstration.
Okay, lovely. So I'm just picking up the little florals that I can see, and then I'm going to go and pick up the greens. So I'm picking up the pinks, you can see there. The colours in this metallic ink pad collection are exquisite. I know you've got the boards over there for everybody to see, haven't you, Joe?
I have indeed. Ellen Mandris was actually asking, are there any master lists of the ink pad colours? They're all in this collection. There's only one that's not in the collection, which is silver. So there's only 12 in the range. So grab this, wait for the silver to come back in stock, grab the silver as soon as it's back. And that's the whole collection done and dusted and taken care of. And am I right in thinking you were saying earlier, Leanne, it's because they are natural, that there's not a whole plethora of colours we do like we do with our other ink pads?
Correct. So with pigment ink pads, it's a naturally occurring mineral in the environment that creates the colour, and then mixing that with the carrier to keep it sticky so we can do all of the pigment ink pad techniques, and by mixing the metal in there, which gives us the lovely metallic effect, we can't make the range of colours that you can with a man-made dye. With a man-made dye you can make any colour you like, but you won't get, a man-made dye is always transparent. To get anything opaque, it needs to be a naturally occurring mineral, and that's a pigment to allow you to do that. And the opaqueness of them is what allows you to do that work on the black and dark card and for it to be able to be seen. If you tried to do that with a Harmony Water Reactive or with a quick dry, it just wouldn't work because they're not opaque, they're see-through. So if I just move this stencil quickly to the side.
Oh, it's still beautiful though, isn't it?
Beautiful result look, and you can still see when the light catches it, you've still got that lovely metallic effect on there, but it doesn't shine as much as obviously as the black alongside it, but it's still lovely, still a really lovely effect. Fantastic around the edges of your scrapbook papers, etc., and for stamping your metallic sentiments and what have you, but they're just the different ways you can use them.
Absolutely. Now let me just run you through those colours again whilst you grab some samples, Leanne. I'll take you through those I know they're metallic, so it seems silly saying there's the metal colours and then the colour colours, but that's kind of how they are broken down. So you've got the very metallic ones, the metal colours, so you've got the blush, which is this one here, and you've got a really lovely, they've got a lot of shine in them. You think as well that these were coloured a very long time ago when we first launched the range, and there's still an awful lot of shine in there. You've got the rose gold here. You also then have the bronze in here too. You've got the gold, and you've got the platinum in there as well. And then what you've got are these 6 more colourful colours, as I'd call them. So you've got the red garnet, the jade green, the blue organza, the pink lace, the rose satin, and you've got that gorgeous amethyst in there as well. Now the price is fantastic on these. You're saving $14.89, so you're basically saving the cost of 3 ink pads, which is amazing. £40 if you're in the UK. Now Club Inspire Platinum members, you get these today for £32, which is an amazing price to get 11 brand new ink pads. Club Inspire Platinum members in the US, you would get another $10.60 off of these, so you'd get them today for $42.40, which is an amazing price again there. Great value. I remember you only got one more to collect to complete the whole set, which is brilliant. Lots of lovely things been created with these as well, Leanne.
Absolutely beautiful examples of artwork, Joe, and I love this because there's such a variety for you to see. So you can see here, really lovely blended background. So this background has been blended with a blending tool for the colours, and then we've used the dauber to daub over a die cut and give you the metallic look on the little die cut there. Here you can see we've done again with the blending tool, just blended 3 of the colours into the background and then stamped a lovely sentiment over the top. This is where we've actually stamped with the ink pad, and this is from our Quirky Sentiment range, so you can see how beautiful they work. And actually this is raised. This has been stamped with the metallic ink pad and then heat embossed with a clear heat embossing powder over the top to give you that shine. Here we've just used a detail application with a brush, so we've painted, popped the ink pad onto the mat, picked it up with a paintbrush and then painted it onto the images. There we've just splotched it all on and put a piece of acetate over the top. Here we've just used it direct from the ink pad and just splodged lumps on and then given it a little bit of a mix around. Just absolutely beautiful, beautiful results. And you can see many different techniques that you can get with these using your blending and your stamping. That's through a stencil again. And this one is just stamping again. Oh, upside down. Stamping and then colouring a sentiment. And this is white card, and you can see just using that rose colour on the background. Really impressive, Joe. Here's a 3D embossing folder again. It's very similar to what I've just shown you, and you can see that lovely soft brushed metallic look that you get in the background.
Wonderful. Very modern, that one.
It's lovely, isn't it? They're just strips of black card. That's had the ink pad pushed on it and then heat embossed with a clear powder and then just cut out and stuck on a card. Looks great, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks beautiful. Really loads that you can do with them. £40 or $53 if you want to get all of them, which is brilliant. Now, let me share with you as well something we talked about there in that last demonstration. It is our stencils and focal point stamps. Now, these two go beautifully together, and these will work well with your ink pads that you've just seen, because it's great to stencil through them, and you can stamp using them as well. So a few different options in here for you. Best way to get the best value is to get everything together, as you can see there on your screen, $41.94 or $55. So you've got in here music and lyrics, which is this one here. You've then got this one, Make-A-Wish, with those beautiful dandelion clocks there and that gorgeous spotty stencil. Not just the stencil, you're getting then all the stamps that you need to create a full project as well. This one is always popular. Life is a Journey, really wonderful for your travel scrapbooking. This next one here is It's Time, really good for steampunk, this one. You can really grunge that one up and get some great effects with it. This one here is Back to Nature that we're looking at. That's got a sort of wood panelling, all of those great autumnal feels there with that one. Life Happens, which is this one here with the cogs and the wall. Again, this one you could get very steampunky and grungy with that. This one is Write Your Own Story with that wonderful splodgy alphabet background. And then finally, the one that Leanne was using there is this one just here, Happiness Blooms. Now, yes, think about inking through these. Think about spritzes, paste, getting your gesso through them, your texture paste through here. All of your mixed media products will work beautifully through them as well. Individually $6.99 or $8.95, or two for £12 or $15 if you want to get them in that configuration. Very, very busy there at the moment. I want to quickly recap the alphabets that we've got for you too. You saw Leanne use these a little bit earlier. They've been very, very busy since then. You can get, obviously, the whole A to Z is available, as well as a hashtag, and the ampersand is also on the website. $2.99 or $3.95 individually. Any 6 of them, £12 or $16 there. Great to colour in either the letter element or any of the floral elements with pretty much all of the metallic ink pads, all the metallic ink products, I should say, that we have for you on the show as well. So we've got those. Now, something else I shared with you earlier that's been very busy is our storage. Now, let me just open this up and show you what you've got in here. So I'm right in thinking that the binder's available, the tabs available, and the magnetic sheets are all available. So the busiest at the moment is the acrylic storage panels, full size with tabs. So these are what you're getting is the A4 tab just here. Now this is perfect for allowing your stamps to cling to on there as well, which is fantastic. So it means that keeps them all nice and clean and pristine and ready to go. So you've got the acrylic tabs. You've also then got, if you want to store dies, you've got your magnetic tabs as well. So these are what are going to store your magnetic dies on here. So details there still for your storage, your acrylic storage panels. So there's your magnetics, and then what you've also got is you can go for the storage binder itself if you want. You've got them in 2 different sizes, the A4 or the A5. You'll find the details, but over on the website for those ones. Right, metallic inks is what we're going to share with you next. Now, these metallic inks are brilliant because it means there's such a great versatility to them. There's loads of different techniques that you can do with them, which is brilliant. Also, you're getting a real vast array of a really large quantity, sorry, I should say, of different inks in here as well. So it means that you've got loads of inks and then loads of different things that you're able to do with them as well. There they are, all are for you. You get the little droppers included with them as too. Let me run you through the different colours that you've got. So 2 different collections in here for you. You've got the rich metallics. This has got your gold plate, also your silver ingot, your ancient bronze, and your pewter as well. Then you've got this one here, which is your vintage metallics. The antique bronze, aged copper, tarnished silver, and the burnished copper as well. £34 or $55 there is your price. £15.98, £24.90 sorry, is your saving. Really brilliant price there on those. Lots that you can do with them. Now, I said you get the droppers in there included. You can also use your brushes with them as well if you want to. Now, remember, the brushes are available and back in stock on the show. You get 5 different brushes there, $8.95 or $13.45 if you want to grab hold of those ones. Loads of you chatting away. So this is the last. I want to know, what is your favourite actually of all the different mediums that we've got for you on the show? Is it the ink pads? Is it the pens? Is it the pots that you prefer? Let me know in the comments, either on Facebook or over on YouTube. I would love to know. Jane Quigley says, would you need to wash or wipe it off the stamp or mask straight away? I guess so, yeah. It would always be good practice to clean your stamps or your mask down afterwards. Elizabeth says as well, using the metallic pigment, they smudged when signing the card. Could it be the card I used? Great question. What do you think, Leanne? Elizabeth used metallic pigment, but then it smudged when she signed the card a little bit later down the line.
Okay, so with metallic pigments, as with a regular pigment ink, they will stay wet. They have a very long open time. They're wet for a long time, and that's so they can receive a heat embossing powder. So with a metallic pigment, if you've stamped the sentiment as I did earlier, what I would then do is heat set it. So just get your heat gun on it and heat set it, and that will take away, that will dry up the carrier that comes in the that comes to get the metallic ink onto your card, and then it'll be absolutely fine. But if you just stamp it and leave it and then go to use it later, there's a possibility that you could get your finger on and smudge it. If I bring this one out that I stamped earlier, you can see here, these are the 2 that I stamped earlier. Actually, because they're on a really porous card and I didn't heat set them, I've just left them for a while, they're not smudging now. So if you're using something which isn't porous, if you're using like an acetate or something, so you can use your metallic ink pads on your acetate and your vellum, then heat set it. Or if you're using it on a porous card, just leave it long enough so that when you rub it, it won't smudge. Or you can put your clear embossing powder on as well.
Wonderful. Loads of you chatting away, still very excited. Diana says, I bought the pencils, the markers and the ink pads. I am now excited. Christine says, good morning, just woke up. The new schedule is going to be so nice. It really is. A lot of you on the East Coast getting a couple of hours in bed, extra hours in bed from next week. Yes, our new times as of next week will be, of course, 1 a.m, our first show here in the UK, and then another show at 4 p.m. So if you're on the East Coast, we're going to have to learn them now again, aren't we, Leanne? It will be... what time will it be? I am going to have to actually consult the clocks and try and work it out. So our first show on the East Coast then, instead of being 6 a.m, will be 8 a.m. Whew, got there in the end, Leanne. And on the West Coast, the first show will start at 5 a.m. We'll get there in the end.
We will get there in the end. I'm pleased that you're in charge of times, because I'm no good at all when I'm working out time differences. The only time difference I know is my colleagues who work in a different country, and I know exactly what time it is there, but when I have to work all the others out, especially in the USA, because you're such a big country, you have multiple times, don't you, across the whole of the country, where here in the UK, we're so small, we're just one time. So what I'm doing while I'm chatting to you is I am shaking my metallic ink pots. And the reason I'm doing that is the metallic, the liquid metal, will sink to the bottom. And so what you need to do when you get these for the first time is shake them. And what that does is really mix that metal into the fab, into the pigment and the liquid and get the metallic effect working. Now you can shake or you can swirl. So another thing that I like to do, and do you know, I keep saying it, I must buy a set of cocktail sticks. I've forgotten my cocktail sticks again. So I'm going to use this. I need to get a bit of kitchen towel to clean it off, because that'll go, oh, there it is, I can see my kitchen towel, grab it, here it is. Because if you are using a cocktail stick, then you can just throw those cocktail sticks away. But when you're using something like this, which is my pokey tool, which is what I've took the end off, what will happen is when you bring this out, you'll have a little bit of the metallic ink left behind on it. And then what I do is clean that off on a towel. And I always get a little bit upset by that, because I feel like I've wasted a bit. And I don't really like to. So cocktail sticks are definitely the way forward for you. So I'm just going to use a couple of different colours here. I'm going to use the silver from this collection, and I think I might use one of the golds, you know. I think the golds are really nice. Let's use a silver, a gold and a different colour. So I'm just going to give this a little whirl. So you can shake them or you can swirl them. And when you swirl them, you'll feel it in the bottom, and it's also got little ball bearings in. What you're doing is mixing the liquid metal into the pigment and the liquid that's in there to make it runny, and you can get that all mixed up beautifully so it'll work on your cardstock. So let's just use, should we use those? I think I might need another colour. I'm going to go with this lovely red as a contrast. I love this one. This is the garnet, I think it is. Aged copper, in fact, actually. I'm going to use the aged copper. So I'm using 2 from one set and 1 from another set. And then I'm going to do exactly the same. A little swell. Oh, I can feel all the metal in the bottom there. Now, this is why sometimes it feels almost sludgy. So you feel like you've got some resistance there, and that is just the metal settling in the bottom. So if you do this at home and you can feel it, and you feel like you've got something like a thick mud in the bottom of the pot that you're pushing against, that's absolutely fine. It's just all of that liquid metal which has settled because they haven't been used for a while. And so all you need to do is exactly as I'm doing here, put something in. Cocktail sticks are better. Mix it all up so that the metal mixes all the way through that lovely pigment liquid that we've got in there too. So you've got a lovely distribution of all of the elements in there. So I've done that, and now I'm just going to use one of the wide paint brushes that we've got for you back in stock. So first things first, I'm going to use a little bit of the silver, and you only need a tiny bit. And you see when you brush it on, look how amazing, opaque and metallic that result is. It's really, really incredible. And as it dries, you couldn't ask for anything more shiny than that, could you? It really is beautiful.
It looks more like a paint than an ink, doesn't it, when it goes onto a dark card?
Yes, and in fact it does feel, sorry, I'll bring my water in, so I'm reaching over so you can see there. It does feel more like a paint, to be honest, Joe, but it doesn't have any paint ingredients in there, which is why we call it an ink. So then I'm going to use a little bit of this goldy colour, which I like. That's going alongside. Oh, you're nice. I like you. They've all got personalities now. I'm talking to them like they're real. I'm talking to them like they're real people.
Lots of people talking about the ink pads and how much they love them. Michelle saying she loves them. A lot of you saying how happy you are to hear about the new timings as well over on the East Coast, especially getting a couple of hours in bed.
Absolutely. We all like a couple more hours in bed now and again, wouldn't we? Right, so I've done that now, and I've just got 3 nice colours on there, and all I'm going to do is dry them off. So I'm just going to use my heat gun. Here it is. Dry them off, and the metallic result will be much more obvious once they're dry.
Jan saying she finds it really hard to choose between the pens and the pads. She says she usually uses the pens to write inside black cards. Lovely way of using them. Christine saying good morning. Love the stencil and ink techniques. I took my metallic liquid inks and put half a jar into the spritz bottle, so I can either spritz or use a brush from the jar. More great ways of using them. Michelle saying she loves the new times as well. Joanne saying if you use a metallic pencil with a Spectrum Noir colour blend pencils, you can get some amazing effects and depths. Loads of you showing different ways of using them. Does the metallic ink settle within the liquid pot? So yes, as Leanne was saying, it does settle. You will need to give it a bit of a zhuzh up again before you use it.
Absolutely. So you can create really lovely just impactful backgrounds like this by just painting on blocks. And then what I like to do, I'm just going to get my platform. I'm going to move these because what's going to happen, it's not going to end happily. I'm going to knock them. I'm always knocking pots of ink over. I'm really extremely clumsy when it comes to
Now, if you do this at home, how easily do they clean up if you get them? Or do you need to be careful? Would you wear an apron if you were at home, Leanne?
I would be wearing, and actually I should have my crafter's apron on now, to be fair. I really should have put that on. I do like to have my apron on because if you get it on your clothes, they're not coming off. If
you need an apron, there's a cartload coming up later. Not any old cartload as well. Sarah cartload is up this evening. Will be a 3-hour show for you, coming up from 4 p.m. here in the UK, 11 a.m. if you're on the East Coast. All the deals are now live as well, right on the website. Go click offers, you'll find it in there. But there is an apron in that show. There is also an incredible goodie bag. But you'll learn more about that in the show a little later today.
So I've got here one of those fantastic, really just tongue-in-cheek, incredibly fabulous Quirky Sentiments on the show, and this one is the one that I particularly like to send to all of my girlfriends of a similar age, and this one is: relax, you're not getting old, that ship has sailed, you've been old a while now. I really love sending that to my girlfriends of a similar age, and they're always thrilled to receive it.
No doubt, I can imagine.
Thrilled to receive it. So I'm just using a black pigment ink pad here, and this is an opaque, this is not a metallic ink pad. It's just a regular black one because I want to get a nice bold statement in the centre. And these sentiments make a fantastic card front with just a little bit of a background in the back, which your metallic inks will do for you. And there's lots of different things you can do with them. I'm going to have a look at a couple more. So I'll stamp this down with my stamping platform. There we go. And then I can decide if I want to use a clear embossing powder or a coloured one. Entirely up to you. I'm going to use a clean one. Oh, look, I've just noticed there I've missed a bit. That's the good thing about your stamping platform. If you miss a bit, it's not the end of the world. You can go back and put it back again if you haven't moved the piece of cardstock. And I definitely missed a bit down there. There you go. So I've managed to fill that in. So I'm just going to use some clear embossing powder.
So are you not embossing the sentiment, or are you embossing everything? Are you embossing the sentiment, or are you embossing the background?
I'm embossing the sentiment.
Wonderful.
I've dried the background, embossing the sentiment. So I've done it with a black pigment ink pad, and then I've just got some clear powder over the top. So you can see the only place that has stuck, that clear powder, is onto my pigment stamp sentiment because I dried the metallic inks into the background. And now if I use my heat gun, I'll get a nice black shiny sentiment.
Wonderful. All of those Quirky Sentiments available for you on the website as well. There's 20 of them in a collection for £32 and $38. I'll run through them a little bit later in the show and show you all of those. Remember, all the anniversary shows kicking off next week. So Monday from 1 p.m. You'll want to be joining us. That is when it'll all kick off, 8 a.m. Over on the East Coast. I'm sure we'll tell you more about that as the week goes on here on Crafty TV. As I said earlier, cartload coming up later. Derek will be back with you from tomorrow for the rest of the weekend. There's loads of great shows coming up then. Of course, Colour Me Happy will be here tomorrow. Oh, it's a very special one, isn't it, tomorrow, Leanne?
There we go. So I couldn't hear from my heat gun.
No, that's fine. I said it's a very special Colour Me Happy coming up tomorrow.
Oh, it is a very special Colour Me Happy coming tomorrow. I am so excited about it. I can't even begin to tell you. With a brand new product. I'm beside myself, actually. Really, I am. It's going to be amazing. So you can see here with this result now, I've got that lovely metallic wash in the background. I've just painted it on. And then I've done a lovely stamp of that really fab statement with tongue-in-cheek. Relax, you're not getting old. That ship has sailed. You've been old a while now. That would be brilliant for a masculine card, wouldn't it? And it looks done in seconds, mattering a laying now onto a card blank, and it's done. However, there is lots of other things you can do with these inks. You can, in fact, also stamp with them. So I'm just going to mix these up again a little bit, and that's one tip I will give you. Keep your cocktail sticks at hand all the time, and when you're using them, every time you come to apply them again, don't have to do it as long as you do it the first time, but just give them another little swirl. And what that does is just make sure that the metal is well distributed in the pot. And this one's a little bit thicker, so this one's going to get a little bit more of a mix. There we go. So that's now well distributed.
Do you get the droppers included with these ones as well, Leanne?
Do you know, I don't think you do with these ones, Joe. These are just the 4 in a pot, so I don't think the pipettes come with this collection. And I'm going to use a black card so you can see it, and then we'll do it on a white card as well so you can see the results. Drying my brush, and then what I'm going to do with the butterfly that we stamped earlier with the metallic markers, remember, I'm going to do a similar effect but with my metallic inks. So this time I am painting gently, picking up a little bit of the ink. Bring this down so you can see how much I'm picking up in a second. Just brushing it on to the stamp. There we go, brushing it on. And then I can use several colours too. So clean my brush in my water pot. Bring that so you can see that too. Clean my brush. Take off the thick of the water on my very cruddy piece of kitchen towel now. Pick up my next colour. You can see I'm hardly putting my brush in. I'm just touching the surface all the time. I'm not putting my brush down to the bottom of the pot, Joe. There's no need, because what happens is you fill up the bristles of your brush with just too much ink and you don't need it all. So you would just be wasting it, and you don't want to waste it. So you just need to put the very tip of your brush into the pot. So I've done that with the silver there.
And there was lots of questions earlier. You can do this with all of your stamps. Is that right, Leanne?
Absolutely. You can do this with rubber stamps. You can do it with acrylic. You can do it with photopolymer. Whatever stamp you want. This technique will work in exactly the same way. I'm just doing it with this butterfly because it's the lovely one that we've got in that collection, so you can see how to use it if you want to grab it. And it's also just a really beautiful butterfly. Makes a really nice statement piece, I have to say. I do love it. Right, so we've done that there. I've got that now all inked up. And actually I want a bigger piece of cardstock, so I'm going to use one of these that I used before. Waste not, want not. Let's use this nice big piece here. And you'll be able to see the different things I can do. So I've got that liquid ink on there now. Now I can stamp with it. So I turn it over and I do my stamped effect, and I get the most absolutely exquisitely beautiful, artistic looking glorious butterfly. And as I dry that metallic will come to the fore. It really will. It looks absolutely beautiful. And because I've got that metallic ink on there, what I'm going to do is show you a couple of different ways you can use it. So you can dry that and it will become very metallic. Or what you can also do, if I come, let's do it on the other opposite side, come to another piece here, see if I've got another stamp in it without doing anything to it. Very possibly have, without spritzing it. Yes, I do. And then what I can do is take my spritzer and spritz, and look what happens. It explodes. So I can do that and get those lovely, really artistic spritzed effects. And when it dries, you'll be able to see.
It almost looks like a powder, doesn't it?
Doesn't it look amazing?
Beautiful.
And I love to do that. I really do. I just think it looks gorgeous. So you can do that too. However, you've still got, and that was 2 full stamps without a re-inking. I've not put any more ink back on here. Now I've got a little pile of some card. What I can do, very light mist. And these aren't big enough. You'll do it with bigger bits of card. Oh, just big enough. Another topper. Here we go. Light mist.
And this is all from the one inking?
One inking. I haven't put any more ink on here. Light mist. Another one. Look how many you get. And you're seeing I was tipping the edge of my brush in those pots and putting it onto this stamp. And how incredibly, look at this, 3rd one. And then as each of these dry, they're going to have that same really impressive metallic result. Each one of them looks fantastic. You've got a whole range of note cards in absolutely no time at all by just doing a tiny little spritz which reinvigorates it. And I reckon I've got from that one inking approximately another 3 butterflies that I can get from that. So there's 4, I think I've got 3 more, 7, 8, 9 full stamped impressions from one inking on my stamp.
That's amazing.
Really goes a long way. They're fantastic, Joe. They really are.
And you've still got that shine in there, which is fantastic. Even
Yeah.
though you've watered it back and watered it back loads and loads of time, it's all still in there, which is great. Loads of you chatting away and are telling me all about what you're after. Christine says, I know what I'm doing today. I'm going to be in my craft room, and my husband is going to be a craft widower again. Loads of craft widows out there at the moment, no doubt. Diane says, I have the butterfly. Can't wait to get my metallic item she has ordered. Stacey saying, I love all things metallics. This has been a really wonderful masterclass. Remember as well, you can watch this masterclass back at any point point whenever you want to. They're always saved over on our website. Just pop over to the Crafters TV section of the Crafters Companion website, and you'll be able to see them all pretty much forever over there. You can also save them if you're watching on Facebook. You can share it as well on Facebook. That's also a great way of being able to access it at a later date. Stephen saying, OMG, that butterfly is gorgeous. Shirley also saying how beautiful that butterfly was. Can you emboss with that? Yeah, absolutely no reason why you couldn't. Some questions about the ink pad that you used to emboss the sentiment on the previous card that you did, Leanne.
Yeah.
Where was that from, that ink pad?
Oh, sorry, I beg your pardon. Yeah. And so, that was a Harmony Opaque Pigment ink pad. So it was one of our pigment ink pads, but not with the metallic in, just so that I got that solid black sentiment in there. However, what I could have done is used one of my metallic ink pads if I'd wanted to, and stamp that over the top and heat emboss. That would have worked just as well. But I just wanted to get that lovely glossy black look, and that would be just the black, noir black pigment ink pad and a clear embossing powder.
Right, let me run you through these liquid inks again, because you can see you're getting two different collections in here included, which is brilliant. So you've got the gold plate, which is your rich metallics, gold plate, silver ingot, and you've got the ancient bronze and the pewter there as well. And what you've got is then the vintage metallics as well. And in here you've got antique bronze, aged copper, tarnished silver, and the burnished copper in there as well. So two collections there for you for £34 or $55, which is absolutely fantastic. So all the details there of your ink pads. Right, don't forget you can all get your fantastic Club Inspired discount whenever it comes to everything that you get from us here at Crafters TV. Here, in fact, all the details of Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money-saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the Crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
All the details there of Club Inspire, saving you even more from all your crafty purchases that you make with us here at Crafters TV. Now, there's an amazing 20-piece Quirky Sentiment collection available for you. I'm just going to whiz through them. I'll read a few of them out as we go because there's absolutely loads of them in here. But you've got things like Be Yourself, because an original is worth more than a copy. You can see Silence is Golden. Unless you've got kids, then silence is suspicious. I Totally Shave My Legs for You is what this one just here says. Another one says, be beautiful. You can see there's 2 on each of here. You've also then got things like, I met you, I liked you, I loved you, I'm keeping you. I'll read a few of these out as we go through. Wishing you a day as unforgettable as I am. That is a sort of card that I would send to my friends. I'd walk through fire for you. Well, not fire because it's dangerous, but super humid, but not too humid because of my hair. I think that's something our Leanne would send out. She's very anti-humidity for obvious reasons, our Leanne. Relax, you're not getting old. That ship sailed ages ago is one of the ones that Leanne used there. This one here as well. Life is all about finding people who are your kind of crazy. That is very, very true. There's 20 in total on there as well. I'll just change the details. Details are for the stencils and the focal stamp collection. So I'll just get the right details up for the Quirky Sentiments for you. You get all 20 of them. Of course, you can go for them individually as well if you want to. They are all available on their own too, but if you want to go for those, so for £32 or $38 if you want to go for all of those Quirky Sentiments, you can of course get them individually as well if you want to. Right, the background stencils and stamps that we spoke about a moment ago. Let's just run you through these because there's lots you can do with these. Now, the great thing is about them, because it's a stencil, it means that you can spritz an ink through them using the inks that we've been sharing with you in the show without any issue at all. What you can also do as well is use them as embossing folders because they're such great quality. Pop them for your Gemini with your embossing mat. You'll get that embossed impression. Also think about using things like your glitter paste through them as well. Music and lyrics, traditionally this one is the most favourite. So you've got that one just there. You've then got Make a Wish, which is this one just here with the dandelion clocks. You've then got this one here, which is Life is a Journey, which is gorgeous, wonderful for all of those travel scrapbooking projects that you might have. It's Time is this one here, great one for doing getting a bit steampunky with. You've then got this one here, which is your Back to Nature. Remember, you're getting all of the stamps included here as well, so you're going to be able to make a full project with each one of these if you want to. The next one we've got here is Life Happens. And then you've got Write Your Own Story. And then finally, the last one, this was the one that Leanne used in her demonstration, is Happiness Blooms. Now, you can get all of them together for that great price, $41.94 or $55. 2 of these for £12 or $15 if you want to get them in that configuration as well. Right, let me give you a recap of some of the great stuff you've seen so far in this show that you've loved. We've got those brilliant rubber stamps available for you. You get 6 of them here, and it's the Technique kit that you saw Leanne using through the show. £20 or $29 is your price, saving a third there. We've also got the alphabets for you, the acrylic stamps, $2.99 each or $3.95. We get any 6 for £12 or $16. These work beautifully on a whole host of different surfaces and then coloured using whatever one of our metallic mediums you are going for. The metallic pencils, very, very busy on those. A really lovely, concise collection there. 12 pencils for £11 or £12.50. These work great as an addition to any of the metallic inks that you might have been going for in this show. We've also got an essential bundle for you, or blending essential bundle. Great for your ink pads, also wonderful for all of the sort of different inking you might want to be doing. You've got the mat there, you've got the brayer, and you've got that round blending tool as well. £16 or $24 if you want to get that one. Right, we're going to recap and just have another little look at the ink pads on the show. So I'll just whiz you through exactly what you're going to get in here. So you're going to get 11 of these, which is brilliant. So you're going to get, firstly, in this collection, you've got the platinum, which is this one just here. You've also got, as well, the blush there, as you can see. You've got the rose gold. There's the bronze, which is that one just there, and you're then going to get the gold as well. And then you're also going to get these colours too. So you're going to get red garnet, jade green, blue organza, the pink lace and the rose satin as well. £40 or $53 gets you all of that, which is brilliant. And also you've only got one more to collect then to get the full collection, which is brilliant. There's 12 of them in total. £40 or $53. You can get your Club Inspired discount, don't forget as well. You get another £8 off of that as a platinum member in the UK. Platinum members in the US would get another $10.60 off of that as well. They seem to be the star of the show, our Midas ink pads, Leanne. People absolutely love these, don't don't they? And for good reason.
Absolutely for good reason, Joe. They are very versatile, and they are, of course, in my opinion, the best metallic ink pad in the craft industry, because the metallic shine you get from it is second to none. It's not a suggestion of metallic, it is metallic. And then you can also do your blending, as you've seen me do earlier, and your stamping and your heat embossing. You can decorate up your stamped, your patterned papers from your ink pads with your ink pads if you want to. Possibilities are absolutely endless. Let me show you how we're going to stamp on some acetate with them. Because it's a pigment ink pad, you can also stamp onto non-porous surfaces. So I've got a piece of heat resistant acetate here. When I'm stamping onto a piece of heat resistant acetate, I always put a scrap piece of white card behind it, and that's just a target. That's just so I can see where the acetate is, because if I put the acetate straight down onto my stamping platform, I can no longer see it. I don't know where it's at because it's see-through, and sometimes I don't get my stamp scented as beautifully as I would like. So I'm using a piece of white card underneath purely for let me see where it is, a target, something to aim for. So I've got my beautiful stamp here. I love this one, and those sentiments are fabulous, and a proportion of them are very definitely tongue-in-cheek, but there's also just some really usable ones here as well. Oh, see, now look what's happened here. Can you see? Because I've got acetate.
You're too sticky, are you?
I'm sticky. My stamp's sticky, and my acetate has pulled up. So what I need to do, look at that mess I've got there, mucky fingers. What I need to do is get my magnets closer to the stamp. And I'm actually really pleased that happened, because it lets me show you what you're going to do to avoid it. So I've still got my acetate on there. Now I've moved my magnets much closer to that design. The acetate won't pull up as easily. So I pick that up, that stamp. It's being pushed down now, honestly. Dear me. Oh,
this lets us know that you're not a crafty robot, Leanne.
Yeah, absolutely it does. Do you know, things happen sometimes, don't they? So I'm going to pop that down. There's my, oh, I think I had it back to front, Joe. That was probably the issue. You silly lady. I think I did. So what I had my stamp on upside down, which meant that the solid back of the stamp was touching it. And it's been a little tinker for us, Joe. Does anybody else have little issues like this at home where something will just not behave for you?
I'm sure you
There
are
we
not
are.
alone.
I've picked it up. Right, and now I'm going to make sure. The other good thing is I don't even have to have it stamped down, because now I've got it on my platform. I can see where the sentiment is. I can see that it's going to stamp in the right place.
That hunky-dory acetate is always really busy. It's available. It's in stock now, which is rare, we can say that. Details are there along the bottom of your screen if you want to grab it.
So just so everybody's clear, this is not the hunky-dory acetate that I'm using here.
Okey-doke.
I wouldn't want you to think you can heat emboss on it. So the construction acetate from Hunky-Dory, you can absolutely stamp with your pigment ink pad, but you need to leave it to dry naturally. Don't use your heat gun on that, because it will melt and warp.
Well, you end up with shrinking plastic.
You would end up with shrinking plastic. Let me just make sure I'm using the right acetate here. Yes, I am. Whew, I had a little moment there. You would end up with shrinking, warping plastic. This is very definitely a heat resistant acetate that you need for this technique. Okay, so going to stamp that down. So I've inked this up with my gold pigment ink pad, my Beautiful. That is on my acetate now.
Beautiful.
Look at that. I mean, it really is beautiful. So now I'm going to use my clear heat embossing powder, so I can move my magnets, pick up my piece of acetate in my card, move this out of the way, sprinkle my clear embossing powder on here, on my heat resistant acetate.
Now, I'm guessing all of your embossing powders will work with these ink pads, will they, Leanne? You don't need to have a specific type or anything like that?
Nope, not at all. All embossing powders will work. All clear embossing powders. So if you're using your metallic ink pads, you don't want to use a coloured embossing powder over the top, because you're just going to colour over the top of your beautiful metallic result. So when you're using your metallic ink pads for this effect, always use a clear embossing powder, but any clear embossing powder will do for you.
Awesome. Loads of people chatting away. Ryan saying, can you clear emboss with the ink pads? Absolutely you can, as Leanne is doing right now. Jan saying, hello, really love my metallic pencils, pads and pens. You really use them all from Michigan. Stacey says, Leanne and Joe, I'd love for Sarah to design dies and stamps for food, fruits and veggies. I'm new to Crafts Companion, so I might have missed it if it was out before. I'd love a food collection. Well, seeing as we talk about food so much, it's all we seem to talk about here, isn't it, Leanne, on Crafters TV?
Oh, absolutely. It is only fair. Right, here we go. So you can see there with a beautiful is on a piece of acetate, heat embossed. That would be lovely as a little wrap on a card or as a sentiment held with some brads. I've just put it on that piece of white card behind. So you can see that beautiful metallic shine, which was purely from the metallic ink pad and then with a clear powder over the top, but looks, and still you don't lose any of that amazing metallic look. It looks gorgeous, doesn't it, Joe? So you can heat emboss with them too, which is fantastic. Now I've got here my 3D embossing folder and I've got the Lily one. I love this Lily, and of course I do love the Lily because this is Leanne's favourite collection of embossing folders. I love all of them in this collection. They are absolutely my go-to 3D embossing folders. These are the ones at home in my craft room which never get put away. These are always in a little pouch on my desktop because I go to them time and time again, and they're absolutely fantastic. They really are. It's the intricacy of the design, the impact of the design, the fact that it looks beautifully sculpted in 3D, and the versatility, the fact that I can use them for many different people with many different techniques and all of my different colouring products, and every time it looks different. So what I've done here is I've embossed the Lily onto a piece of white card and onto a piece of black card, because what I want to do is show you the different result that you'll get from both. And I wanted to do it on the white because when you emboss on black card, it's a bit like, you know, I expect you to have X-ray vision and be magic to see it because you can't really see that.
Do you not have X-ray magic vision, Leanne?
Well, I mean, I expect it, but I don't have it, and I don't think anybody at home does too. But look, you can see the level of the 3D emboss on there on the piece of white cardstock, which is what I really wanted to show you. It really is fabulously impressive. Now, I'm just going to grab my daubers again. Here they are. So we'll use the same colours, the three that I used before. So I've got the lilac, the gold, and the green. And I'm going to use my blending tool, and I'm just going to put a little bit of gold as a wash over the trellis of the card. So I'm using my blending tool, and I'm going to do it on the black first. And I'm doing it on both so you can see the difference in the result with the two colours on a black cardstock and a white cardstock. So this looks, it's as good as a gilding wax. Look how fantastic
Beautiful.
that is. That's the metallic shine you get from these ink pads. They're really, really fantastic, Joe. So there I've done that on the black, and now I'm going to do the same on the white. And what you'll see is on the white, it looks a little bit, should we say more vintage? I was going to say muddy. That probably wouldn't have been a very kind description to the gold metallic ink pad. It is more distressed, and it certainly is more vintage in its appearance. It's more matte, and you can see the difference. You still get the metallic shine, you can see when it catches the light, but it's not as metallic as on the black card or on the dark card. So I can do that with my wash. So you see it's very easy with a blending tool to get a beautiful smooth blend with that ink on your cardstock. It blends incredibly well. We can then use our daubers, which is what we were doing earlier. And I'm going to use the jade green again, and let's go with, should we go with rose satin this time? Let's go with a nice rose. Oh, I think I might have used that before. I think I might have used rose satin before. And we're going to ink up the flowers. So again, use them with your daubers this time, or use them with your round embossing tools, and just pounce the colour on. You know, just give it a good old little pounce on this. You can see I'm tapping it on, Joe, rather than rubbing it. Now, if you rub it in, it polishes it in, and you polish the metallic to the fore, but you lose a little bit of the pink. You can see you keep more of the pink when you just tap it on and let it dry. So you can tap it on and build up the colours. And I'm going to do the same on the white, so you can see the difference between the two. So you can see how they work on the two different surfaces.
How would you dry these, Leanne?
Just with your heat gun. I mean, you can leave it overnight if you don't want to mess on with your heat gun, and it'll be fine overnight. But you are putting a lot of a very sticky ink on here, which is sticky on purpose, so it'll keep your embossing powders. So if you want to deal with it straight away and you don't want it to smudge, just get your heat embossing tool onto it, just dry it. Just takes seconds, doesn't take long at all. And you can build up that colour around really quickly and easily, and what you get is, by just dabbing over it, you get a lovely join in the colour there, and build up that lovely ombre. And you can see, and I haven't got time to finish the whole thing for you, but you will certainly get the idea of what you're going to be able to achieve at home when you continue to colour that in. And you can see there, you've still got the lovely metallic shine on the white, but you're just a little bit more obvious on the black.
Bev Carter says that's our all-time favourite embossing folder that you've used just there. She says you're still finding new ways to use it, which is brilliant. Right, let me run you through these ink pads again. So let me just share with you exactly what you're going to get in here. So you're going to get 11 coming your way. You're going to get the platinum. You're also going to get the blush as well. You're going to get the rose gold, and you're going to get the bronze, and you're going to get the gold there as well. Then what you're also getting is all of these other colours. So you're going to get red garnet, jade green, blue organza, pink lace, rose satin, and you're going to get the amethyst in there as well. You've actually only got one other ink pad to collect, which is amazing. So you've got the silver one to collect once that comes back in stock, and then you'll have a complete collection of that, which is brilliant. And it's so lovely to have a full comprehensive collection of ink pads in your crafty arsenal. Remember, you can heat emboss with these as well. They look beautiful if you just want to lay them down or stamp with them as they are. Club Inspired Platinum members, you'd get these for £32, or what, $42.40 if you were in the US. So really, really great value however you look at it. Can you emboss with metallic inks? Asked Liz. Yes, you can. We covered that during the show. Stacey Romero as well says, this is beautiful. I think the ink on the flower is just gorgeous. What is the name? The name of the embossing folder, I believe, is what you mean. It was the, was it the Decadent Lilies that you used? Or was it the Country Garden?
It was the lilies, Joe.
It was the lilies. Was it
lilies.
Wonderful? It was the Decadent Lilies. It's available for you, though. There's 4 great embossing folders available on this show, which you can grab. Now, I see lots of beautiful creations over there. What do you want to share with us, Leanne?
Oh, do you know, it's a case of what have I not got? I'm just sorting them out so I don't confuse you when I show you. Putting my ink pots there, my ink pads here, and my pens down there, so that I can show you the difference between the samples and the different types of effects you get. So this is the type of result you can achieve with your metallic ink pads, and this is just direct stamping, and you can see how beautifully metallic that is. Here we've used the ink pads to blend a background with our blending tool. You've watched me do that with the lily and the rose. Very easy for you to do. Here we've just stamped and heat embossed that sentiment in one of our metallics with a clear embossing powder. You can see you've got that flash there. I showed you how to do that on acetate. It's the same on a card. Here we've just done some stenciling through a stencil, and I showed you that earlier as well, didn't I, with that lovely bloom folder. This is just with a geometric pattern and your daubers, so you can do some background effects if you want to. Here we've just done some daubing and put some acetate over the top. And this is just doing some daubing through a strip stencil. This is pure stamping and then inking up a die cut sentiment. Again, a blended background with your blending tool and a bit of water spritzing on there. Just daubing onto some scrap strips of black card and then sticking them onto a white card base. Blending onto a 3D embossing folder, as you've just seen me do. And this is daubing onto a 3D embossing folder and then heat embossing the whole piece. Look at how fabulous that is. That is truly amazing. We all need to do that. And then just ombre the sentiment by putting 2 colours onto your sentiment when you stamp it. Really lovely. So that's your ink pads. Then I've got here some ink pot samples. So you know when we did them with our metallic ink pots with the brushes. So we've got ink pots here. There we are. You can see how I've just, exactly as I did for this, we've done with these, and you can do in the different colours if you like, and it's just stripping the colours on there. And you can see there's another one, just a little bit more of a smooth blend. That's the stamping of the butterfly that I showed you. This is just doing a background and then splashing some different colours on there. Again, just a watercolour wash. Really makes impressive kind of cosmic backgrounds, doesn't it? Beautiful. And then if you want to, with your markers, Joe, I've got a few of them here, grab them out. So that's not it. These are different ones. Let me just get those out of the way for you. There we are. This is what we're able to do with our metallic marker, with our detailed colouring. And you can see that beautiful flash of colour in there. Really, really lovely. Incredibly impressive, and in a more detailed application than you've seen us do with the pots and with the ink pads. So each one of them has a place in your stash, and each one of them, you can see there the detailed colouring with the markers on that little piece there. Each one of them just gives you a very, very different look. And this is actually using the marker and the ink pots together.
Beautiful.
Lovely, isn't it?
Really lovely. Loads you can do with those. Remember, those metallic markers are available. You get 12 metallic markers in here for this great deal as well. So you're getting 2 different collections there. There they are. I'll just quickly share with you what you're getting in there. So you're going to get the rare minerals, which is going to give you the green citrine, the jade green, the blue topaz, the amethyst, the pink quartz, and the red garnet. We've also got the precious metals as well, which is got for you the gold plate, the antique bronze, the gold nugget, the burnished copper, the pewter, and the silver ingot as well. £16 or $23 if you want to get those. Right, that is it for this masterclass. Remember, the day is not done. There is an amazing 3-hour Sarah cartload coming up for you in a few hours' time. So you're going to want to make sure that you come back and join myself and Sarah for that. The deals for that cartload are live right now over on the website as well. So definitely get yourself over there, get shopped ahead, and a lot of the stuff is very, very low stocked. It's going to be a fast and furious few hours, that is for sure. Massive thanks, Leanne. When are you back here with us on Crafters TV?
Back tomorrow with our fantastic Colour Me Happy show.
Oh, something brand new coming up tomorrow with Leanne and Derek, so make sure you tune in for that as well. Right, Leanne, I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you back here in a few hours. Take care.